Yo, what's up? X-Teen Featurette. I'm Chris, talking about Bruce's Deadly Finger starring Bruce Lee, but not that Bruce Lee. I used to watch like a bunch of like, I don't know, martial arts and like kung fu movies like whenever I was in high school, but I didn't pay attention to it. I was just watching it because it was like weird stuff. And I got this. It is released from MVD Visual, which is a division of MVD Entertainment Group. It says VCI Entertainment. So this is like a really sweet release of this movie, but like, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about Brucesploitation flicks, but this is starring a dude named Bruce Lee, but Lee is spelled L-E. I probably sound like an asshole for saying this, but the other Bruce Lee is also in this, but this was... So I had to do some investigative research after watching this movie because apparently like Bruce Lee died in 1973 and this was released in 1976. So, and like reading the back it says that there's archival footage of Bruce Lee. This movie is like really weird and awesome. So like I'm not really sure that I followed it that well my first watch around, but it's about... And if you pick this up, or if you've seen it, I'm sure you'll remember the term Kung Fu Finger Book. Okay? So it's about Bruce Lee's Kung Fu Finger Book. Because he has his Kung Fu Finger technique. So like there's like these bad guys and these good guys that are trying to find Bruce Lee's finger book to learn his finger technique. So I don't know, I mean, it's like a typical like kung fu movie where, you know, there's like, I'd say probably 90% of it is just fight choreography, which is pretty great, but there's some really weird stuff that happens in this movie. I remember in particular there's one scene, there are like the bad guys in the movie, like they kidnap women and like, I guess, force them to be call girls. There's this one scene where, like, for some reason they, like, take these call girls into, like, a field and, like, create a circle of fire and then just, like, proceed to, like, rape them in a ring of fire, which I thought was pretty extreme. I mean, like, you know, raping some chicks is, like, pretty extreme in and of itself, but they just, like, took it a step further with the ring of fire. That was... I've never seen that done before, so that was interesting. There was, I mean, there was a lot of really bizarre characters, and it's interesting because, there was many times where I was like, are these dudes, like, on drugs? Like, literally, are they supposed to be on drugs? Is that what they're after? And then watching one of the deleted scenes, they were. Like, there was this huge, like, opium and heroin party going on in one scene that was cut from the US release. So, I always watch the bonus features because there's little gems like that in there. I mean, it was really weird, and I wasn't sure if, like, watching this and not knowing what year it was released in relation to Bruce Lee's death, I wasn't sure if he was gonna, like, make some sort of cameo appearance later on in the flick, which he did not, obviously. It says it's just archival footage of him, but, like, I wasn't sure what was going on with that, because in one scene in the movie they say, like, that I wish that I could have fought Bruce Lee before he died, and they reference his death, which was really interesting because he was, like, actually dead in real life. But, I mean, it was kind of confusing. I'd like to watch it again and, you know, try to figure out what's going on, and, I mean, if you're into, like, martial arts movies and you haven't seen this, I don't know how popular this is. I haven't, like, it doesn't seem to have, like, you know, wildly great reviews or anything. It seems like looking up stuff about it, it seems like it's got, like, mixed reviews. But I enjoyed it for not knowing anything about this genre, really. But other than that, this release is, like, pretty sweet. It has the reversible cover art. There's... So there's, like, the, I guess, standard, and then the reversible is, I'll just take this out here so you can see it better, but I prefer that. It's pretty sweet. So I'll probably be flipping that around. but the bonus features on here, it's got some like Brucesploitation trailers, it's got the trailer for this movie, it has, it says there's a commentary track, with author, director, actor, and expert on Bruce Lee. And this was actually, it's a 2K transfer from the original 35mm film, which I'm always, I'm always into that. And then there was like deleted scenes, which is interesting because it notes on here, it says deleted scenes, German dialogue and English subtitles. I was listening to it and like half of it was in like, like Chinese, and the other half was, like I started hearing German. I was like, well, that's odd, but it does say German dialogue with English subtitles. That was kind of cool to hear. But then, the music in this movie is just like really awesome. It's there's parts where it's very funky, and like the sound quality was really good. The music just really enhanced the entire thing. It was quirky, and the movie and the music that went along with it, like the whole I don't know, it was just groovy, and I was like, this is kind of funky. Okay, I can get down with this. Everyone's wearing bell bottoms, so why not? It was a good time. I would suggest it. So, if you want to see me review other weirdo, like, exploitation movies, I don't know. I guess I'm, working my way through all the different exploitation genres. So if you have any suggestions, throw them at me. And, I don't know, sub. Is that weird? I feel like my voice is like vocal fry. Vocal fry.